The talk among WSMA and the directors is that we want to provide some sort of marching band activity for the students, but no one really knows how it's going to be safe to do that.
I have declared a public health emergency.
Our recommendations for events include canceling events with over 250 people.
Greendale High School has decided one thing about the fall will be very different. There will be no competitive marching band, and they've got a great one.
January 1st, 2020, the Greendale High School marching band formed in the Rose Parade, not knowing that for many, it'd be their last big performance.
The seniors that stuck it out all the way to the end, I'm sure they were thinking a lot about how this is not what they envisioned. They envisioned their senior year being going to Whitewater, going to Indianapolis, doing the normal thing that every senior class gets. But they stuck with it knowing that they were going to get 4 home football games of anywhere from 90 seconds to 3 minutes total. But they did that, and they still walked off that last performance with the emotions inside of, this is our last performance.
I thought that when band got canceled in the fall, it was gonna be over. I was gonna be able to march again. Like everyone else, you know, like all the seniors who've stuck it out, like they thought it was over. I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad I got to do it again. Every year when you hear senior speeches, they're like, it's gonna go fast. Take a step back, look around. I took that for granted. I didn't really think about how fast it was actually going. Cause it feels like yesterday I walked in those doors as a freshman and now I'm leaving.
It was just nice to be able to go on the field again, knowing it would be my last show, as opposed to having it all be in retrospect. And it's just all just absolutely flown by. And every season kind of does that, but this one especially.
I was very grateful to have a season this year and to be able to see everyone, but it flew so fast.
Welcome to 2020!
There's no competitive season. This fall is canceled. Small groups could still work on fundamentals, band rehearsals during 7th period for first semester. Trying to come up with ways to still do marching band activities even though we're not allowed to be a full marching band together.
Through the pandemic, I think these kids were expected to kind of grow up and mature more, whether or not their parents, we realized it. Because I noticed that when we came back in person to school, they were just a little bit different.
When we split, you guys as a color guard would still be together. If there are new people, kind of just get them caught up on marching and do the best you can. We have the nice new band room, which is bigger and more open, so we could work on visual things inside of that with small groups.
Nice and fluid. Make sense? So don't ever try to stick it. That's bad. Don't do that. Really try to use those legato strokes. Cool?
Missed the majority of last season because of my injury, but I didn't let that hold me back, so I'm really excited to be back in it all, and I really wanted to take on as much as I could. I'm just ready to go whenever you need me.
Outside.
I love all the girls. They're all so fun and so kind and great to each other, not only about everything that they do, but on and off the field, they're fantastic with each other. So it's just a great environment to be in and to be able to experience. So I think my excitement for this entire season is mainly coming from them. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to be able to be a captain and to be able to do as much as I can to help the group and make the best show we can possibly make it. But I also am really grateful for all the girls that I have around me because they're all so fantastic.
When it was determined that football was going to play, I knew right away, like, that's an opportunity for us to make some good decisions, I think, to be able to get that spring marching show in place.
Woo! First day! Woo! I'm Taryn, and I'm a senior. Being with friends is like super important right now because like during this time we haven't seen each other in like a year, and so now I get to, which is so much fun because we all like relate to the same thing in band. We always can talk about anything. Like even though we haven't seen each other in a year, it's so much fun to talk with them.
Oh my gosh, it's good to be outside.
I'm so glad we got a marching season. I just want to get like that little experience, meet so many new people. I love band so much. It's nice to be together again.
The goal for this spring is just to have fun and put together something that we're proud of, whether it's 2 minutes long, 4 minutes long, 6 minutes long. It won't be 6 minutes long. But whether it's 2 to 4 minutes, it's just going to be fun music, put it together. We are obviously condensing the whole process.
I'm thrilled that I get the opportunity to do all of this because it's honestly so breathtaking and amazing to get the opportunity to just be me, but also learn from other people, because that's what leadership's all about. It's about not only taking on the roles yourself and doing it yourself, but also teaching others and learning from others.
We are back. 15 months doesn't stop us.
That night was just really good. Everybody was really excited. I was extremely impressed that first night. I remember everybody being quiet, everybody being super helpful, and I think it was just everybody was kind of relieved almost to be back and doing something familiar, something that they liked. And I was extremely excited that first night because it went super well.
A lot fell on the upperclassmen's shoulders to make sure that people were standing in the right spot, to make sure they were the perfect 2.5 steps off the 30. So you're gonna be 4 steps inside the 10-yard line. So you're gonna be over here. So then you're gonna march backwards, and you're gonna take the shortest route to get 8 steps. So
Normally, I feel like everybody needs a lot of first night, and I was barely helping anybody because you guys were all helping each other, and it was really awesome to see.
Normally an 8.5 minute show, they condense down to 5.5, 6 minutes. And so our goal at first was, cool, let's do this. It was a really affordable price. Once we started to get into rehearsals, we realized that, well, we're only seeing 30, 40% of the band once a week if the weather's okay. We have to get some drill and visual things done. The music, the kids are kind of on their own doing weekly music checkoffs and video submissions and all of that. And so early on, we made the decision to slow down and let's just we chose to just do the first movement, but let's just do that first movement and let's do that well so that the freshmen aren't overwhelmed with what's brand new to them, so that what we do by the end of the season, we can feel really good about, rather than trying to do twice as much, but at a much lower performance level.
I started here, technically, when I was still in college as a percussion instructor. So my first season was boxed in. And then right after that, for Macy's year, was my first official year of teaching. This is my 5th year. So I've had the same role throughout. I do all the 5th grade bands, and then I'm assistant high school marching band director, and then I do some concert band stuff in the spring as well. The incoming kids that are here now this spring for the upcoming fall season, I had as 5th graders as well as the current freshmen.
It was amazing to see how many people just stepped up right away. I love seeing all the new faces. This year was awesome. All of the freshmen, they were so passionate and they were enthusiastic to even be in a class and to be doing football games. A little bit difficult learning curve for how to teach people. Everyone has a different learning style, so I think you just got to get to know your girls. You kind of have a general format when you're doing it.
Music does so much for a person, a student, than just playing music. They are learning discipline, time management, teamwork, working with people you might not get along with all the time, building relationships with people that outside of band you might not know or talk to otherwise, and building lots of different relationships. It teaches them so much.
Now march the next 12 counts, please.
I'm really thankful for just all of our leaders and adults that have put so much work into making sure that we could have fun this year. Because with all the craziness going on, it's baffling that we were able to actually have a lot of fun with band, even with just a little show.
Saving the day with gloves for everybody. You've got probably a half hour or so just to relax.
The moment we step out into the field, it's like the flick of a switch. Because literally like 2 minutes prior, you'll just be messing around, like joking around with your friends. Sure. Yeah. But then the moment they like introduce you or you walk out, you're just like standing straight up and you're just like ready to perform and do a great job and not mess up.
Please welcome back to the field the 14-time defending Class AA state champions, your Greendale High School marching band.
Everyone say hi to the camera. 3 people? Okay. Swag.
Theme was together again, and with the global pandemic and trying to come up with, well, let's put something together, because I know the band dads were itching at wanting to get back together and do something, and that globe prop is so cool.
What band has band dads that will build them a globe?
I just threw it out there a long time ago and said, if we do this, would you guys want to? Said there is zero pressure. If you want to do it, we will put it on the field. It's not going to move. It's just going to be there. You can open it up if you want. You can do whatever colors you want. You can do anything. It makes no difference to us. And that group really likes when they get the creative license to do whatever they want. So then they were adding video boards and whatever lights, and they love it.
The globe was awesome. It was really cool when I saw it for the first time and they were like wheeling it out into the stadium. I was just baffled that we not only got the globe back, but also like made it look really cool, like for this show, to fit the show, with like the screen up front. I had seen it in videos before, but I hadn't really made like the connection of how large it was until I saw them wheeling it out with the truck.
All right, here we go.
Greendale High School marching band.
We have a really tight-knit group. All of us just work so well together, and I think that adds a lot to the dance line as a whole. I think we all appreciate each other and want to make everything look good for each other. So even if you're having a rough day or something like that, everyone's there to support you.
Woodwinds, you're in pods, but we can't be as tight as normal.
One of the most important things has been leading by example. ever since I was a kid, you don't lead by screaming, you don't lead by yelling, you lead by example. So whether that's I'm doing the work with everyone, I'm doing every rep, you're always leading by example.
So right now, doing the exact same thing we did last Friday. Yo, head to the top of the show, please.
What gave me out of my shell was being surrounded by people who weren't judgmental, and you just felt welcomed in each practice. Like everyone would cheer, Emma's here or Emily's here. It's just like so nice, and you just feel that you belong in that group.
Chaperones. I mean, obviously there's moments where I'm like, I kind of just want to be with my friends right now. Like, they usually know, like, you know, this is the time where I want to be with my section, with my friends and stuff, and they just kind of like leave me alone. I like them being there, and it feels great to like see them up in the stands. I definitely would not have developed the same leadership skills that I have if I was not in the arts. I mean, with like POMs and then dance line, and then like, I mean, I dance at a studio as well. Like, there isn't much that I do that's not arts focused, so I feel like I would be really lost without it for sure, and I think I definitely would not be the person I am today without it.
Always be sure to put a lot of effort into your work. If you try hard, the fun will come along with it, and you'll have a great time with your friends, and everyone will congratulate you on a great show if you make sure that you put a lot of effort in.
It was weird kind of having a snippet of a show, because it's like that's how it always is after like band camp or hey, our first football game's only half of the show. But it was weird because our half of the show was like a minute long. I was like, oh, I feel like I should be snapping my horn down all the way now. But it definitely kind of felt like a first performance, even with like a third of the amount of people in the stands.
4, and we're going to break this down step by step.
It'd be great if our section leaders could help out. Okay, hang on.
Stop talking when Ms. Parsons tells you to stop talking, and just get your work done, and then you can mess around later when you're done and you have your responsibilities like finished.
Take your phones out.
I learned that it's better if you just never yell at anybody. At least for low brass, I never yelled at anybody, even when they were like marching wrong. I was like, hey, can you maybe do this differently? Or come on guys, let's go.
As long as the next hour is good, we will not meet until around 8 o'clock next Tuesday.
Within the band, just like in a performance, teamwork is so important, as if one person's out of line, the picture's kind of killed a little bit. If someone's marching a little out of time, everyone's drawn to that as opposed to the beautiful picture that everyone's creating. And so you really learn like, okay, obviously you have to do your best so that you aren't that person, but then if someone else is struggling, you have to help them up so that everyone, like the team, can be successful. I don't know where I would be without the arts. I think the arts totally deserve everyone's attention. I think everyone, just like I feel like everyone should try and play a sport at some point, I think everyone should try and pick up an instrument at some point. Because like learning how to read sheet music is like learning a different language, and learning it on your instrument, whether it's a fretted instrument like a guitar, non-fretted string instrument, or just like a brass, anything. I think it just helps your brain develop.
Welcome to our very strange end of season marching banquet, final concert awards, everything combined into 20 minutes.
How are you feeling?
Good. Yeah.
I'm feeling good as well.
Yeah, we're feeling good.
On behalf of Ms. Parsons and the rest of the staff and myself, thank you to everyone who put this together, who helped with this, and who did all this and made this happen, because it's 3 minutes of a show that a lot of people around the country, and I know the state for sure, which we know really well, didn't get to do this year.
It was good just to see the kids back in their element, I think, too. And you could just tell they were just so thrilled to be there and to be back with the people that, because they're not friends with every single person in the band. So there's people that they hadn't seen, and then they're virtual friends that if they only saw in school, they hadn't seen in a year. And band was the thing that kind of brought them back together.
Even though this isn't really how I wanted my senior year to end, I think the show turned out great, especially considering how little time we had to put together and like how little like opportunity we had for it. And I think I really enjoyed just getting to be with the dance line for one last like hurrah.
Mario LaDuca Jazz Award. Stand up and get a round of applause, Mr. Evans Mazo on trombone. Congratulate the recipient of the Jazz Ensemble MVP Award, Mr. Sean Thiel. Please congratulate the Gerald Schneider recipient, Mr. Luke Terry. The Leadership Award goes to Andrea Legacki. Please congratulate on clarinets the John Philip Sousa recipient, Isabella Doss. Please congratulate the Marching Band Member of the Year, Mr. Noah Hickey.
For the outgoing senior class, thank you for everything that you've put into this program. I am extremely sorry for everything that you've had to endure this year, but also I am very impressed with everything you've had to endure this year. As adults in the pandemic, it was difficult, but I can't imagine not having a normal, quote-unquote, graduation or a prom or a homecoming. I think you guys deserve a lot of credit as seniors for everything you've gone through, and you guys are strong. You're gonna do great things. Use this experience to grow. You'll always remember it. Thank you. Come back and see us. Nice to kind of get back into it and do a little something, and it kind of ended up being really good as like a precursor to what was coming for them. The freshmen hadn't had anything. They hadn't had really marching basics unless they did some in-person band class stuff early in fall before we closed again. So it was just kind of a nice way to get everybody together again just kind of get back into the swing of playing and learning some drill, but not have it be super overwhelming, this big production that we have to learn right away.
Band just isn't all fun all the time. We do work really hard in order to get to where we are. We have to work hard and practice, and we rehearse for multiple hours. Tuesday nights, we put in a lot of work on our own time when a lot of people may choose not to, and in the end, it's worth it.
I love my friends on dance line. Like, we're seriously so close.
The whole goal of the season was to establish that momentum, to not only give the current seniors a chance to have something to be proud of to go out on, but to let those seniors leave their mark on the program by helping us lead into the summer and fall of the following year with a good deal of momentum.
We had a lot of virtual students in the band this year, so they learned drill in one night and then came back to rehearse it that Friday before the game. So it was not perfect, but it wasn't terrible. And as a senior, like, you can't take it for granted. You're not gonna be able to do it again.
To an enormous season in the